Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone and Ruwell. Blessings and salutation to the whole elect. Who is in this gospel, God lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, wherever it may be. We're the brothers here at the Great Millstone, Kansas City. Back with another lesson, live stream. Lord's will be edifying. Going in on this guy, Jeremiah ben Israel. All right, there's the big controversy is the fact that the camps and going out speaking and on the highways and the hedges is a wicked thing, okay, and it's causing trouble, and it's basically not the way that the Lord has commissioned us to go out and teach the word, when in fact the Bible tells us to go out to the highways and the hedges, man. Okay, so we actually gonna play the clip of this guy. Okay, it's typical Kansas City nigga, man. It's slow belly, just fucking just scornful, complain all the goddamn time, just like women. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we have to deal with in this low-life ass city, man. And as you know, the brothers here, we got first account of all these demons because years ago, these same guys came against this very camp. Okay, because he was in league with this guy called Deshaun Tatum, a.k.a. the General, that got smoked by an Edomite bitch in broad daylight for just being a damn demon. In fact, who he claimed to be his elder. You see what I'm saying? So why would we take advice in some type of notion from a guy like that that's promoting wickedness and allowing men to go within their congregations being unrebuked and so forth like that? You know what I'm saying? So the scriptures say you're known by their fruits. So this guy Jeremiah ben Yahudah, which that's Yiddish, okay? It's not. It's Jeremiah ben yahudah, not Yahudah, which shows you that you're not even in the right you're not even in the right doctrine, man. But you got the audacity to try to condemn camps because you been bitch made. So we just gonna fucking put a curse on this dude, man. So hey, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Shalak, Rayam, Wa, Anashim, Wa, Harayim, Wa, Abayim, Al, Kol, Jeremiah, Ban, Yahudah, May Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Judgment. The water, Tamyab Tawab, man.
Tamyab Tawab.
You know, because you niggas out here, man, you got all that fucking notion, you have all of the means to talk, but you ain't doing nothing for Jake. You know, you're complaining about the guy, the brother from IUIC that got shot, which, hey, we told you that the Lord had an evil hand towards them brothers because they've been offended, man. But, you know, we hope that the brother's okay, he pulled through, then they call Allah Yahweh Yahushai. That may be a sign for you to wake your ass up and get away from them guys, man. Because, hey, the Most High, He's going to judge the whole IUIC and just wicked Israelites, period. You know, but that has nothing to do with them brothers going out to the street. And if it did, then, hey, we're to make our life a living sacrifice for Hamashiach, man.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So, with that, man,
I got something real quick.
Okay.
This is the obituary, General Deshaun Jermaine Tatum, September 3rd, 1978 to November 30th, 2017. Now, I specifically remember that date vividly because I remember us sitting down to do a sit down on these cats years ago, man, back in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys directly came against us specifically by name on a continual basis coming against GMS Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I remember them specifically saying, oh, well, y'all can't be going out and teach because, you know, they're going to roll on us, man. You know, you're going to bring the cops on us and all this other shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, scared, you know, and scoffing and scoring, taking shit personal, insults. So what happened is we sent curses on them.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, it was like 4 months later, I kid you not, this dude got shot in the face by an Edomite woman, man.
Yep. So call Allah Yahweh Yahushai, your general, man. And you think that that's not coming to you and your followers, man? Because for one thing, you're scoffing against the true prophets, man. The men that's out there putting their life on the line for Yahweh Yahushai. Unlike your fucking ass, you behind a computer. And really you doing it for money. Because if you look at this guy's page, it's all for money. He got his Cash App in there. It's all for clout. You don't give a shit about you people that's following him. You so-called sisters out there, he don't give a damn about none of you people, man. Only thing that nigga care about is his own pocket, his own belly, and what blunt he gonna roll up. He don't give a shit about any of you. Because if he did, he would be out there teaching you and putting his life on the line, but he's not gonna do that because he's just like a typical Kansas City nigga, afraid, man. complaining and ain't gonna do nothing about the cause, man. When the Lord told us to go out there and be courageous, man.
Right.
All right. So listen, we gonna play this video real quick, then we gonna get in the scriptures. We're not gonna play the whole video, but just want to show y'all the bullshit we deal with. You know, in this camp in particular, because we're actually in Kansas City, man. So we dealt with these false prophets. There was a point in time these guys were coming against myself pretty tough, man. I mean, it's to the point, like, literally every video I did, them niggas was on my page scoffing hard. Before I even upload the video, 15 dislikes. To the point, they sent one of their minions up to the camp years ago, and he got confounded on the chariots because he felt, oh, well, you know, the chariots aren't UFOs. Yeah. You know, remember the bald head nigga that came up a while back? Right at the, yeah, he came right when we was in Westport. Yep. He was one of them guys. Okay. You know, right after I think we saw Andy, what's his name? What's that guy?
Yeah, Minio.
Andy Minio, yeah, it was around that time.
Okay.
Yup. But go ahead and play that, brother. Bubble shot.
Brothers and sisters out there on social media, like,
It's a clown, man.
especially my Hebrew Israelite brothers. I keep telling y'all over again, we're down on Prospect, okay? IUIC, they down here on Prospect. You know, hollering and screaming at somebody, and pissed somebody off, somebody came back and shot one of them.
Okay, now stop it there. Now, see, and that's a whole nother thing. See, he just had so much against the camps to the point he couldn't wait to bring that out. That was he was itching to bring that shit out.
Yeah.
Because because for one thing, you don't know why that brother was shot. You don't know if it was a case of mistaken identity. You don't know if his woman set him up. You don't know if it was not. You don't have no fucking idea on what happened. So you already have a flawed judgment in that notion because for the simple fact you have some against the camps anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he got shot. Okay, why did he get shot? You don't understand the whole matter. You judge it before you understand the whole fucking matter, which is off, man. Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead a little bit.
Right, man. That's why I brought out that article of his right hand man or his follower, you know, being put to death. You know, you're a hypocrite. You know, the elder in GMS South Carolina brought it out, man. Did an in-depth lesson on dude. You know, here it is. You're so quick to bring out somebody that got put to death for actually standing for the Lord and doing a righteous thing, but yet your right-hand man was basically in a fucking store causing riffraff where the Edomite lady had no choice but to shoot the man in the face. Yeah. And this guy was a known rapper as well, spitting carnality, man. This guy didn't stand for the Lord. And when your man's got put to fucking death, you know, right in the face, where was the video and the rebuke coming out on that? Right. Where was the talking shit about it coming out on that? But you came against us for what? Standing on the corner, standing up for yahudah Shem Yahushai?
Yeah. Where was Yahshua at?
Yeah. And the crazy part about it is the fact that your man got put to death in a carnal way. At least that brother, whatever may happen, whatever the Lord had against him, regardless of that, he was out there doing the work, man.
God. And I had I'll see if I can show this for the camera. Yeah. This was his dude, man.
Leper. You
know, these guys were known scarfing, and they would only prophesy on Facebook, man. They wouldn't go out to the highways and hedges, man. A known leper, and they were rebuked multiple times. They didn't take none of the rebuke, man. Yep. Continue to talk shit. Yep. So what happened, man?
Yeah. The Lord smoked his ass, and the Lord gonna smoke your ass too.
I got a quick precept. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 12. It says, "He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace." So if you're an Israelite, man, you're in the truth. We're your neighbors, man. Mm-hmm. Where's the consideration for the fact that we're doing the work? Your ass up there holding grudges, holding on to shit. As soon as something come out, you can talk shit, man. Yeah. Well, where's our credit for going out there? As much as we get on IUIC, as much as at least they were out there doing the work.
Right. At least we could give them credit for that in the video. You know, we didn't talk shit about them being out at all. You know, notice how the videos that came out, you know, about this dude, nobody came against IUIC for real for going out and teach. There's nothing wrong with going out and teach. It's just how you're supposed to do it. You're teaching the correct doctrine, yeah? Yep. Brothers of great don't have any problem with them going out and being out there speaking the word.
Right. Yep. And even when that shit went down, we didn't make it breaking news, man. Mm-hmm. That shit happened on Monday earlier this week, man. Right. We you know, we could have easily stooped down to y'all level and said, well, it ain't about IUIC. It's about you, nigga.
Because you notice, we our pattern is we get on bad behavior, not bad not people per se.
He's at fault.
Like when IUSC had that fuck shit going on with that wrestling with them niggas, we condemn their behavior, man. You know, we don't make it a point to go do videos on IUSC every goddamn week. Well, when you go off, that's when you get judged. It's how you behave. You got to alt with the Israelites on street corners, man. That's wicked as hell.
That's because he's scared. Okay, he's afraid, he's scared, and the fact that the brothers on the street is bringing out the word. See, what we're doing is gathering the hopeful elect.
Right.
Them niggas you grabbing on Facebook, you don't know them guys, man. You don't know who those people are. And on top of that, Facebook is an enclosed community. Yeah, it's online, but it's not worldwide as far as your particular demographic. Because let's just say on Facebook, you may have a community of 20, 30,000 Israelites. That's not the whole fucking world, man. But on a YouTube, and we're reaching worldwide. Brothers getting their shows viewed all the way out in fucking Australia somewhere, man.
Yeah.
You ain't friending motherfuckers out there in Australia on Facebook, man. Mm-hmm. And if they do, they ain't listening to your punk ass.
Right. I'll be honest with you, man. TikTok is probably better than Facebook. I don't recommend TikTok either, but
that's just
Facebook is trash, man. What are you doing? You're doing the same amount of effort. Just put it on YouTube, nigga.
But let's go into the fact that we're supposed to go out the streets, man.
Let me finish it real quick.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 11 and 12. He that is void of wisdom despiseth his neighbor, but a man of understanding holdeth his peace. A talebearer revealeth secrets, but he that is faithful of a faithful spirit sealeth the matter, man. So you're not supposed to be out here running your mouth, because this is the same nigga that will be talking shit, telling you about all the things that he knows. See, I told you, head ass niggas.
Right.
Always got something to say, man. And it's at a man's downfall who is actually out there doing the work, you know?
Well, because like I said, these niggas that's free. It's a lot of false prophets here in Kansas City, man. It's a lot of guys out there, man, that know, a lot of dudes out here know they're Israelites, man, but they're not down for the cause.
Right.
They hate the camps because of the simple fact that camps are bringing it out and they being confounded, okay? Because they know their little bullshit lives, the lives they're living in is they'll help these guys that still in the world, tell this nigga he smoke weed still, he got smoker's lips, he's probably into all types of abominations, who knows? He had dreadlocks at a point in time, but he cut them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So this guy's all the way in the fucking world.
Yep.
Bigging up the fucking senators and whoever, the councilmen in Kansas City and shit. He's all about the black community. One of the scriptures that most I tell you to be about the fucking black community, man.
Right.
You're so worried about the black community to the point you're negating or you're neglecting your duty as going out there and teaching the word.
Right. No rebuke in his tongue.
Yeah.
We was just going to that last week at camp, man. You got to. I mean, obviously, we don't just get all rah with everybody that come up to the camp.
Mm-hmm.
We deal. It's a case by case basis depending on the spirit. But if a Jake do want to turn up, we can get on that level, man. The Lord gave us the office to be rebukers and judges of our people, man. Where's that? How is that coming out of you just doing community fundraisers, community events? How was Jake getting a fear of the Lord by you doing these simple acts, man?
Yeah.
I got a precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Revelation chapter 21, verses 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. Now, what do you obviously overcoming the world, but it's part of overcoming the wicked of our nation. It's overcoming the obstacles that come with you being a street preacher. Cause it ain't easy, man. Going out of camp ain't easy.
No.
Hot ass summer days, cold ass summer days. Mm-hmm. The days you don't want to go, you still go. You got to overcome that.
Right. You think he'll be out in the winter prophesied on the street?
No,
yeah.
No.
He in there with a space heater.
Space heater on Facebook, taking you people's money, man.
Talking shit.
Yeah, this guy don't give a damn about you people that follow him, man. He's not a real man. He's not a man of the Lord. He's not a prophet. He's just a nigga that know he's an Israelite with a long beard.
Right.
And that's the case for most of these niggas in Kansas City, man.
Right.
Most of them know they're Israelites, but they're not doing nothing about it. How many Shalawans we done got since we've been out there?
Countless.
Countless of Shalawans, but none of these clowns will come up and deal, man. You know what I'm saying? Out of a city full of people, we may have had a handful of brothers that's out here inquiring about the work, which shows you what the Lord is dealing, man.
Right. Yep. It said, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
So what is the second death? What is that going into, man? Because you guys don't prophesy, and then there was a point in time that, oh man, y'all ain't supposed to be talking about the white man. Well, so what we supposed to do then? We supposed to just know we Israelites and go back in our corner and continue to be living like black people in America?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, when you're a Hebrew Israelite, it comes with a very grave responsibility of letting the people know.
That's right.
Yahushua gave it. He said, look, man, those that stood idle in the marketplace, he says, why the fuck y'all standing idle? He said, because nobody hired us. He said, well, go therefore into the vineyard and bring forth fruit, man. That's Matthew 20, but we can let the precepts fly. Let's get them, brothers. Yeah, I got a precept real quick, matter of fact. Let me bring this out. This is the book of Amos 5, and I'm going to start at verses 10. It says here, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. What is the gates? The gates goes into the cities, man. Everywhere Jake is at, we supposed to be out there speaking in the chief place of concourse. Because that's where the people is at. That's where the agora is at. That's where all walks of life is at. So that's how we reach the people, because our Lord did it. Ezekiel was on the streets. Jeremiah was on the streets. All the prophets went out and taught in the streets, man. Even if you go into the book of Acts, like the 17th or 18th chapter, we got dispelled out of the particular Roman provinces at that time because we was on the corners teaching the word, and we were bringing down their kingdom, man. Prophesying the end of the Roman Empire at that time. That's why we got pretty much exiled and kicked out of Rome at that time. Right. Because what we're doing now, which shows you this is what the hell we supposed to be doing.
And every one of those prophets that he brought out got persecuted.
Yes.
You don't get persecuted by giving out sweet messages.
Yeah.
You get persecuted by raising hell. That's what Yahudah Shah wants.
And it says here, they hated him that rebuked in the gate, and they abhorred him that speak uprightly. Okay? We are speaking the prophecies and the words of the Heavenly Father. And yes, it's going to come with consequences, man. No matter how rough, no matter how stern, or how sweet you come with niggas, the fact, if you're pushing the right doctrine, people are going to come against it regardless. Last week, we had this weird Jake come up to the camp. We were just talking about Esau Edom. We wasn't screaming and shouting at nobody. Just in our own little corner, teaching the word, doing what we do best. And then Jake came up, you know what I'm saying, in a fucked up spirit, and he went down the street. But the fact, the word draws the people. It draws the righteous, and it draws the wicked, and it filters out the wicked, and it catches the righteous, man. Okay? Let me see what else. Yep, that's it. So you bring that precept up. Which one you got?
Luke 19.
Bring that out.
This is Luke 19, chapter 19. It says, and he said likewise to him, be thou also over 5 cities. And another came saying, Lord.
Go up a little bit.
This is Luke chapter 19 and 15. And it came to pass that when he was returned, having received the kingdom, then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money.
Right, now, what is a commandment, brothers?
It's an order.
It's an order. Okay, so he said he commanded them, he called them those he had given the money. And it's going to break itself down. Go ahead.
Then he commanded these servants to be called unto him, to whom he had given the money, that he might know how much every man had gained by trading.
Now, what is the money?
Truth.
It's the truth, man. So if you have the truth that you're a Hebrew Israelite, you're supposed to go out there and teach it. But even then, you're supposed to have the correct doctrine. Okay? And there's more than enough brothers, elders, the apostles out there speaking the correct doctrine. So you have no excuse as to why you're teaching that Yiddish, all black Israelite bullshit, man.
Yeah.
But see, guys like that, he's an old wine bottle. He would never humble down or be susceptible to men being over him, because in his mindset, he has the following. He has the juice. And these simple-minded lame brains that follow him, the simple-minded jakes that follow him, he got them like in a trance because they really think he's on a level.
Yeah, and all them other scaredy ass jakes that's scared to go out to the highways and byways, you flock to that because you ain't got the nuts to put your face out there on the streets, man.
Right.
So you like smooth sayings like this. You like weak ass doctrines like this.
Yep. Right. You like weak ass niggas like that. That's a weak. That's a weak ass Jake, man.
That's a bitch ass.
That's
spirit.
a weak. The Lord is not going to defend that dude in a time of trouble, man.
That's right.
It's a stumbling block, man. Niggas will make you feel comfortable about being a hoe.
Yeah, and then,
like
and
if
then
you a hoe
they
at
scoff
home,
you
feel bad, man.
and scoff you because you go out to the streets.
Right.
Why y'all out there teaching that, man? They go roll on us, man. We good with our Section 8, man. Leave us alone. We got 4th of July. Niggas still probably celebrate 4th of July, man.
You're buying the hot dogs on sale. Wicked ass niggas, man. Verse 16, it says, Then came the first, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 10 pounds. And he said unto him, Well, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in very little, have thou authority over 10 cities.
So he said, you've been faithful over very little, have authority over 10 cities, man. This is a light, it's a heavy thing, but it's light thing, man. You know, and one thing about the Great Millstone, we're just based, we're not with all the accolade, we're not with all the fucking flashy gimmick. We just go out there, we prophesy, we try to keep it as PG as possible. You know what I'm saying? He's on our live stream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shalom.
You know, we're trying to be as PC as possible. We're trying to be in the right spirit, and shit happens, man. But we ain't out there putting on no gimmicks or any fronts. We go out there, we do our little 2.5 hours, and we go the fuck home. You know what I'm saying? You guys make it a lot harder than what it needs to be. Especially this guy. This guy's just a slow belly, man.
Yeah,
go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 18, And the second came, saying, Lord, thy pound hath gained 5 pounds. And he said likewise to him, Be thou also over 5 cities. And another came, saying, Lord, behold, there is thy pound, which I have kept laid up in a napkin. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man.
Right? It says, I feared thee because thou art an austere man, man. Afraid. The scriptures tell us that the Lord gives us not the spirit of fear.
Right.
If you're, like the scriptures say in Proverbs, the righteous are as bold as a lion. So regardless out there, if you go out there, regardless, whatever, they're going to still know who you are, man. Ain't no hiding or sitting and ducking in the corner behind this thing, man.
Yeah.
I know I'm an Israelite, but I don't want the white man to come. That's what it is. They're afraid of Esau, man.
Yeah.
They're afraid because they know when he comes down, they're going to get grabbed up.
Yeah.
Them the type of guys that's going to say, well, look, man, we wasn't on the streets, man. It was them dudes.
Yeah.
Get them. No, nigga,
Yeah.
you call yourself an Israelite, they coming after you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Jeremiah ben Yehudah. That fucking Yiddish ass name, man. Go ahead.
Verse 21 again, it says, For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow.
Now, what is the definition of austerity?
Strict,
Very
very straightforward.
Yeah. Very strict, hard,
Rigid, rough.
rigid, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yahushai today, he would not have been a very likable man among the 2/3.
Yeah.
These same guys that we're rebuking them, those are the same men that crucified the Lord, man. They gave him over to the Romans. These are the same men that, hey, the Lord told him in Matthew 23. He said, you are measure up the moat. You are your fathers, man. You've killed the prophets.
Yeah.
These niggas these are the same cats, man.
Yeah, that brought that precept to mind where the Pharisees were saying we ought to destroy him unless he take our place with the Romans.
Yeah.
They wanted their position in the world. Yahushai, he was put on this earth to ruffle feathers, man.
Yeah.
The spirit of Yahushai is upon his men to ruffle feathers, as you'll say.
That's right.
Yeah,
You got that
that's
definition of austere. It's an adjective. It says severe or strict in manner, attitude, or appearance. All right. It also says of living conditions or a way of life, having no comforts or luxuries, harsh or aesthetic.
And that ain't you, my man. That's not you at all. You don't have that. You don't have the spirit or what it takes or the balls to go out there and make yourself a living sacrifice. Because at the end of the day, each and every last one of us in this faith, it's a reasonable service. It's a sacrifice, man. You can very well get killed out there. You can get put to death on the highway. Nobody's above it, man. Look at, when the elders and the apostles brought out the ancient history of Elder Abba Bibbins and what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Going out there teaching, and he got into with some Muslims, and then, one thing led to the next, and then, he ended up going to the spirit world later down the line. But these things are very possible, man. Hey, those men, 40 men, they took up a fast to kill people. They said, we ain't gonna eat unless we kill them. So, yes, this is a very dangerous job.
Yeah, a lot of you niggas would have hide in the house after that.
Yeah.
Paul kept preaching.
That's right. I got a precept from Apostle Kabar just posted. It's the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. It says, Behold, I give unto you the power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
Right, so if you believe in the power, man, then you have nothing to worry about. Okay, you have nothing to worry about. If you're coming in the spirit of Yahushua, bro, you have nothing to worry about, man. Okay, because the scriptures say that those that fear the Lord, the angels are camped around them. Yep. It's been plenty of times, it's been plenty of times that we didn't got into adversities out there. We damn near got into fights. People didn't threaten us, all types of stuff. But at the end of the day, each and every last one of them brothers walked home unscathed, unharmed, to prophesy another day because we understand it, man. Okay, it's trial by error. You know, you go through this thing, you learn and you grow, and you just, you know, you just be tranquil with what you do. You know.
That's right.
You don't walk in fear.
Yeah.
Yep. Last one on this one.
Go ahead.
Luke 19:22. And he saith unto him, out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping that I did not sow. Wherefore then gavest not thou my money into the bank, that at my coming I might have required mine own with usury.
Right, man, because the Lord commanded us out there to go forth and bring forth fruit, man. That's what the whole parable of the talents and the money, it represents a business, which is true. You were commissioned to go out there and bring forth fruit.
Yep.
Okay, now, yes, the internet does the heavy lifting. This is why we put the street ministries on the YouTube. This is why we do the sit downs. We upload it to the YouTube. You see, because it's the World Wide Web. The apostles a while back commanded brothers to stop teaching on fucking Facebook or IG or whatever brothers are still doing. Really, we shouldn't even be doing that shit. Because, you know, it's all generated through the feds. You know, it's all controlled by the CIA. They know it. But regardless, this is the spirit, and this is what the Lord set up through this platform here. So you're supposed to follow the standard, man. Okay? But you got guys like this that want to come up some other way and get his own following, heaping disciples to himself. And that's what this Dimitri nigga is doing.
That's right. You got more on that precept?
A little bit more. Verse 26, skip down. For I say unto you that everyone that which hath shall be given, and from him that shall not, even that he hath shall be taken away from him.
Right, and ultimately, man, your talents that the Lord gave you, if you're not being conducive with it and you're not producing the fruit required, the Lord is going to take that from you. But in your case, Dimitri, man, the Lord is going to take your life, bro.
That's right.
It's going to take you out, man, because you're coming directly against the order that Yahushua set up, man.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, them IUIC guys, them guys are off. They're wrong as two left shoes, and like I'm going to say it again, the Lord has an evil hand against them IUIC cats, man. So that's not surprising to us. That's going to happen a lot more because they're not in the right spirit. But nonetheless, they're still out there pushing Israel. Something your bitch ass ain't going to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Last one. But those mine enemies, back you up, those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me.
So, hey, he don't want Yahushua reigning over him.
Yeah.
I mean, you street guy, man. We told you, man. I've been in war with them cats. Yeah, you have been in war with it. You've seen guys, your guys came up to our camp before, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And got sent down the street. Oh, y'all niggas teach that, we getting up out of here on UFOs. Who is this Yahushua character?
Right.
Okay, well.
How else?
Okay, so how else we gonna get delivered?
How else? Goofy.
Yeah. He's the guy that's gonna reject the Lord when he gets here, man.
I got one precept.
Yeah, go ahead and bring the ones we called earlier too.
Sirach chapter 2 verse 11. For the Lord Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sin, and saveth in time of affliction. Now, these benefits are only going to be coming towards you if you stand boldly in his name, according to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. If you do, because, you know, it's like a job, man. When you work full-time, you get the full-time benefit package. Don't you? You get the benefits. You work part-time, you only get part of that.
Right.
So what we do is put, pedal to the metal. We go all in for the Lord to receive all these things.
Yeah.
For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in a time of...
Well, this thing requires faith too. You know, a lot of men don't have faith, is what you're finding out. A lot of men that know that they're Israelites, they don't have faith. Because remember when Yahushua was on the scene, they knew they were Israelites then, but they didn't believe that he was the Messiah. So they was like, why do we need to follow you?
Right.
You still
got the law.
Yeah, you still got Jacob then that believe the Messiah haven't even came yet. So they like, wait a minute, we ain't got to follow this guy.
Yeah.
We got the law of Moses, and we in league with the Romans. So
we good.
Yeah, so these guys, they don't have faith. This is the reason why they can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is the reason why the street ministry is such an offense to them. Because they don't have the balls to go out there and to do it themselves, because they'll get exposed.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't know the scriptures. They're not studious in the scriptures. Okay, they don't, like we said, the Sean Tatum, the general, we put curses on his ass and he got deaded by an Edomite woman, man.
Yeah.
So you should take very, very heed to how you're coming against the ministry, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that happened about 4 months after the fact. We sent them curses up too.
Yeah.
So that number 4 is spiritual, man.
The clock is ticking.
So I got another preset. Also, the
Yeah.
bar posted.
Yeah.
This is the book of Romans 8:35. It says, "Who shall separate us from the love of the Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword?" Verse 36, as it is
Hold
written.
on, go in on that 36. He says sword. What is the sword? It's an instrument of death, man. Instrument of war.
Yeah. And
So
that goes into the elect not being able to be plucked out of the Lord's hand, man.
right.
There's not going to be a threat, a gun put in your face, and nothing that's going to pluck the elect out of doing what they got to do, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that backs their point up.
Okay.
That's right. And it says, verse 36, as it is written, "For thy sake we are killed all the day long."
So we're dying every day, man. Every day we're mortifying the deeds of this flesh. What the hell are we living here for?
Yeah.
We're rotting away. This ain't fucking living, man. You're going to work. Your baby mama's tripping, man. You can't even have another fucking woman without her getting. Just all types of stuff, man. This ain't living.
Yeah.
But see, these days they want to prolong what they consider a life here in America, which is no life at all. So what are you really losing, man?
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And what do you really have to gain for not going out on the streets, bro?
Yep.
That's the least you can do if you claim to be an Israelite and believe in the one you call yahudah. But see, they call him Yeshua, they call him Christ, they call him Jesus. Yeah, and those names, it's a different spirit behind it too, man. Because when you think of Jesus, you think of that. You think of a more soft tone speech. You think of a more of a
Soft hippie.
yeah, like a oratic type thing, man. Oh, well, you know, it's all peaceful and love. No, that's not what Yahushua said. I come to send division, man.
Well, yeah, he's that guy still got attachments to the world, man.
Clearly,
Because scriptures say, you know, any man that loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
And you know what? That's the spirit you said that, because I was looking up the meaning of his name
Yeah.
and going into it. The meaning of the name Dimitri, it says an earth lover.
hey, 1 John 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither it's saying it's like in 1 John 2 verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
yeah, this guy loves the world clearly, man. Like, hey, the elder brother Manada Zakbar from SC, he said he got them smoker's lips, and you can tell, man.
Yeah.
He's smoking weed, man. He's all worldly and shit. This guy, what the most Israelite thing about him is the beard, and that's the thing of carnality. He probably wake up every day and probably put some spritz in that shit, probably brush it and comb it, and think he got the 100% truth.
Scripture.
Yeah.
But yet he's a dead man walking, man.
Right. Street dead.
You know.
That's right. Verse 36, as it is written, "For thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all things we are more conquerors through him that loved us."
We're counted as sheep for the slaughter, man. But we're more than conquerors through him that loved us, man. So, hey, brothers, we have nothing to lose, man. We're doing the right thing. But see what he's doing? He's shutting up the kingdom of heaven to men because he's using that one-off situation with them guys.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot is going to disenchant a lot of brothers, man, that's following these people. They're going to say, see, that's why we can't go out to the streets. We can't get killed.
Yeah. I don't want to get shot.
But wait a minute, man. The men of the Lord were stoned. They were put to death for doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
Didn't Paul say, be followers of me as I am of Yahushua, man? So why wouldn't you, man? We're not saying go out there and get stoned. We're not saying, oh, well, make yourself go out there and let somebody. No, we're not saying that. But we're just saying in the worst case scenario, shit do happen, man. Brothers have been locked up for the word. Brothers have been attacked, man. Dogs done ran up on brothers, man. All types of shit. Motherfucker knocked our camera over before. All types of stuff.
Meth heads.
The chick last
Heroin
week, she
heads.
came up to the camp. She said, y'all got any ice? I'm thinking like, okay, she wants some ice because it was hot as hell out there. She like, man, y'all got any ice?
Yeah, she said, I like the smoke.
She said, I'm like, and it didn't dawn on me. I'm like, oh shit, she's talking about some drugs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she talking about ice like water ice. I'm like, how the hell you gonna smoke ice? Ain't it gonna melt? I thought you needed shit to hydrate. She was talking about, oh, she wanted some drugs.
Yeah.
And then when we told her we're not about that, then a demon came at her.
Yeah.
Right.
You see? So you're gonna deal with stuff like that.
Right.
Shit.
Niggas.
Back in Westport, back in 2018, man,
Yeah.
you remember when that witch, that chick, man, we used to see her everywhere, bro. She used to come by the camp scoffing every time. Yeah, she used to.
The Jake woman?
Yeah, she used to, bro. She used to, it's like,
No.
she used to prophesy to our brothers, man, and say some weird shit, and then, you know
Talking
what's
all
so
fast
weird?
and shit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you gonna do,
Yeah.
just crazy, and then she walked across the street, and she just kept looking at us.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, man,
Demon.
we deal with some high-level demons, man.
Hey, what's his name? That KC rapper, man. What was his name?
Delio.
Delio.
Delio, yeah.
That nigga pulled over him and popped the trunk, man. He had a whole rifle. He was threatened to shoot us with.
Yeah.
So hey,
What happened to him?
And he got put.
He ain't a
time.
feds.
That
He
nigga-
got put curses on. Now that nigga is gonna die in jail.
Yeah, he's
Coming against the
nigga.
prophets.
Yeah, he's basically under the jail. He's gonna be basically in jail when the missiles hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
Nice
that's
and ready.
Dog acting up. Yeah.
That one is quick one.
Yeah, come on.
I got a little bit more on this Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 2, verse 11 again. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in a time of affliction. But verse 12 says, woe be to the fearful hearts, and faint hands, and a sinner that goeth two ways. You got a fearful heart, man. We going into the examples that we experience on the highways and byways. Bugged out individuals, members of our own nation scoffing. You know what I'm saying? We was prophesying in the wintertime, Jake talking about y'all tripping, y'all Pharisees and scribes. It is what it is, man. But the thing is, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai put it in our mind to just overcome these things.
Yeah.
As the Apostle Gabar put it in the comment board, through Yahweh Shai, we're more than conquerors, man. These things don't stop us. These things don't discourage us.
Yeah.
They just fuel our fire.
Right.
Yep. And it's a beautiful thing, man, because like the apostle, they always go into experience. See, you brothers see coming into this thing, when you came in, you got those experience points. Like when he first came in, he was like, man, why is this dude pointing, cursing everybody out, ordeal, you know? He was a little like on the nervous side, but then when he actually got into it, he was like, oh shit. The scriptures say shake the hand, go out there, and everybody got a different style of teaching, man. Like I'm not gonna lie, we was a rough, we was wild, bro. We was like Chicago, basically, man. We was a branch of GMS Chicago, so you know we came in that same rough spirit, man. You know, because these guys out here, these people, they need to get cursed out.
That's right.
But you know, we was real rough, man. We was just like real rough around the edges, and as time progressed, we started kind of getting more lax, and you know, we started kind of getting more mellow.
Right.
But we still turn up when we need to. But through experience, we learn.
Right.
And we critique and say, okay, maybe we can do this different.
Right.
Maybe this approach could be different. Maybe we can do that. And you learn, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude make it seem like every Israelite camp that goes out to the streets just get on cuss a nigga out mode, man.
Nah.
You don't get in all the time where we actually be trying to edify Jake, man. 'Cause that's the point.
We edify more than we curse. We're
Right,
not
we
saying
are,
we curse somebody out.
Right, we really haven't. We really been chilling.
Yeah, these ain't the West.
The problem is
This
these
isn't the
niggas
Westport days.
The problem is these niggas aren't watching the videos where edification comes out.
Nah.
Jake likes the
It's
drama.
controversy.
So that's all he sees, man.
Right.
You know? And speaking on that fear thing, we're at war, man.
Right.
What does the law say when you got a fearful man in the camp?
Get them fuck
Say,
out
get that
of
nigga
here.
out of here, man. You a
Nigga
fucking
outta
liability.
Can you bring that out in the account of Gideon, brother? Bring it
Get
out.
him kind.
I got another precept as well.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 24.
Get that Matthew 22.
It says, then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And it says, verse 25, and I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not strawed.
Now look up the word slothful, Papa Kusha.
God. Slothful. It says here it's lazy.
Lazy, yup.
Lazy, man.
And the scriptures also go into a wicked man finding an excuse. You see, he's making every excuse on why not to go out to the streets. What's so bad? He saw, you ain't gonna reach the people that way. Well, why? It's working some way because we have all this fruit. The apostles have fruit overseas, man. Hey, even though the IUIC, they take physical trips overseas, they got fruit out there, man. Yahudah is off brand as they are, they got fruit in all states, man. So the street ministry has proven to be the fact. And if it didn't work, the Lord wouldn't have told us to do it. Okay?
That's right. And this guy, you know, he calls himself, identifies himself as an Israelite. Wait a minute. You wouldn't have even got that information if it wasn't for our apostles and elders out there in the highways and hedges teaching that information that you think you know in the first place. You know? So you're a hypocrite, man.
Yeah.
You're coming against us out there preaching. You're a wicked and a slothful servant because you think you know something. And you're out there on Facebook Live, you know, you was talking your big shit, but you never wanted to step foot out there at the highways and hedges, man. And yet you got all these countless scriptures that's been flowing, cutting you that, hey, we're to go out and we're to teach.
Well, I got a precept, Baba Kushar. This is the book of Proverbs 26, and I'm going to start at verses 12. It says, seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? Because he's wise in his own mind, man. And his mind said, nah, this is the way we do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Yah community ain't doing anything. You just you just know half the battle, man. Yah. What does Yah mean? He what? Okay? And it says, there's more hope of a fool than of him. You see? So a fool have more hope than what you're spewing out, Dimitri.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
With that retarded ass beard you got on, man.
Yeah, cause we would rather deal with a Jake that don't know nothing about the truth than a nigga that thinks he knows something.
Yeah,
Cause then when a nigga who think he knows something, he already got the precepts in his mind to quote unquote cut you. You know, he already got some bugged out doctrine in his mind. I'd rather deal with a Jake fresh off the streets that ain't never heard nothing about no Israelites than one of y'all, man.
Because he's still a bait, like a guy, like the scriptures say, you can't put new wine into old bottles. So a guy like him, he would never humble down anyway. He won't humble down to us because in his mindset, we're naive, we don't know what we're part of. The scriptures, he called them rehearsed precepts. Like I said earlier in the transit, I would rather have quote unquote rehearsed precepts than no precepts at all, man.
Or some twisted doctrine.
And going on a little more, verse 13, it says, the slothful man said, there's a lion in the way. It says, a lion is in the streets.
Yeah. There's niggas out there.
Right.
There's crackheads out there.
And it says here, there's a lion in the street, but as the door turneth upon his hinges, so do a slothful man upon his bed. Okay. 15, the slothful hideth his hand in his bosom, and it grieveth him to bring it out again to his mouth, man. So hey, you're not doing the service of the Lord, man. You're hiding your hand, and really because you don't know shit. You're hiding behind the Facebook community because they're shielding you. And really, you're just doing it for money. Just like Deshaun Tatum, you're doing it for money. You're doing it for clout base. At the same time, you know, you're teaching whatever doctrine you're teaching, the Yah doctrine, all black doctrine, whatever the hell you teach. Then at the same time, you inboxing, hey, send me this cash app. Support this mixtape.
Well, if I can remember correctly, the reason why we sent a lot of curses on them, they was scoffing. They was basically saying that Edomites can make it. Oh, that was all the way back years ago. I think I remember that they were speaking about that coming against us, you know, coming against Esau. This cat had a problem with that, you know, and that's because this dude that he was with was a damn leopard. And he felt some type of way about it.
So they say Edomites can make it.
If I can remember correctly, yeah, it was doing some shit like that. There was something about Esau that they didn't like us speaking against.
Well, the thing, they didn't want us prophesying against Esau because they felt that was going to bring him down the wrath. The scriptures say the devil going to come down with great wrath anyway.
God.
Now, you have to understand, too, that lepers did walk among Yahushua. He did heal the lepers. So, let's just say if this guy was in the right spirit and he was considered a leper, I mean, he could have still had mercy. The Lord would have had mercy on him because, you know, the Lord doesn't judge you according to the flesh anyway. So, it's all through the spirit. So, that... You know, you look past the leopard part, but the fact he was wicked and a leopard.
Right.
And he had them damn dreadlocks in his head.
Yeah, because I remember saying some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I did the video and slack you, brother. No, matter of fact, go ahead. It's not a problem.
I was gonna say this guy would have you basically would say John the Baptist went off, man, because he rebuked Herod Edomite to his face, man.
Yeah.
And got judged. He got his
got his head cut off.
Got his head cut off for that, man.
Why y'all bother?
So did he go off? because he could provoke the devil, or was he doing his job, man? And he had the spirit to deal with the consequences of that. You know?
God.
Well, yeah, bring out that Matthew 22. Bring out Jeremiah 5, and then bring out Jeremiah. You still got more on that?
No, I still don't have
Bring out that Jeremiah 17 and 19, and somebody get the Job 29.
This Matthew 22 verse 1. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them by parables, and said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen, and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready.
Hey, that sounds like something I want to be a part of, bro.
Coming to the marriage.
Yeah, I want to be part of that.
But it said, Matthew 22 verse 5, but they made light of it,
Right.
and went their ways, one to his farm and another to his merchandise. They wasn't taking the truth, which is, it's a parable, but they wasn't taking the truth as serious as it is, man.
No, because see, a lot of guys, what they do, they take this truth and they gimmick it. Like if you notice, every group outside of Great Millstone and the brothers that follow the doctrine, everybody else is making the truth about them and their leaders, man. Like you got Sakari. When you think of Sakari, you don't think of Yahweh Shem Shai, you think about Al-Azhar. When you think of ISPK, you think of Yohanan. When you think of Nate or the IUIC, you think of Nate. Right. The Lord is not the first thing. This is not a congregation that you would think worships or serves a God. Right. You see what I'm saying? Because their groups are based on within the accolades of themselves, so to speak. They're promoting themselves, yeah. You see what I'm saying? They're not solely pushing Yahweh Shem Shai. But when you go to the Great Millstone, you check out our live streams, it's nothing but precepts on here. Yeah, you ain't got no pull-up on our shit talking about, hey, what we gonna do to, none of that follow.
Yeah. Even going down to the video titles.
Yeah.
It ain't High Priest Apostle to Hard tears up New York.
Yeah,
right.
No.
It's just Apostles Street Ministry.
That's it. That's
it.
Camp, yeah, December 1st, 2013, something
like
that.
Date camp.
That's it. It's something, man. The simplicity of Yahweh, man.
Yeah, that's the simplicity, man. Because the scriptures say, no man can draw the elect unless the Father draw him anyway, man. Yeah. We just got to do our job, man. Yeah. We just got to go out there and preach.
Which goes out to preaching. Right. Matthew 22 verse 4 again. Again, he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen, and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready, coming to the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm and another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants and entreated him spitefully and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burned up their city. Then saith he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy.
And you guys, you've proven yourselves to not be worthy, man. And really, to be honest with you, none of us are really worthy. But the scripture says, he that calleth, he that willeth. So it's all through mercy, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? None of us are really worthy to sit or stand before Yahweh Shai. Right. None of us are worthy of the kingdom. Right. You know what I'm saying? But we're grateful that the Lord is using us. Lord's will, he continues to keep us in this thing until the bitter end. But you guys are just taking for granted for something that you ain't even got already, man. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be very, very careful on what you're doing and how you're doing this thing. Yes. For you to make a bold statement like that, to try to blame the reason why that brother got shot is because he was out there. You don't know if he was screaming at somebody. If he was holding post, let's say for instance, if he was just holding post, then he wasn't fucking talking to nobody, man. Right. You don't know if that was a case of mistaken identity. You don't know what that was about. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Yep. And then it could have been something nefarious behind it, but so what? Yep.
Right. But the spirit had it to where we ain't even worried about IUIC. No. Because to a certain extent, they doing what they supposed to do as far as going out to the streets. The heat on your ass. Right. For telling brothers not to go out on the streets. Right. You see how that backfired? You try to expose Jake for doing what they are supposed to do according to scripture, and it get on you. Right. Now you on the Scopeo. Right. Goofy. But I'm gonna keep reading. It say Matthew chapter 22, verse is 8. It said, then he said to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highway, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage.
Yeah, that's going out, man. Doing the work. How do you go out and just find as many as you can, man? By standing in the house?
Nope.
You know?
On Facebook.
Nah, you gotta upload a selfie and put on Facebook, the little green dot like
Yeah.
so.
Shalom,
You know what I'm saying?
Israel.
Yeah.
Bro, it's wicked ass niggas, man.
I remember when I brought out the example earlier, man. Me and the brother from Boston, me and Zion, we came up together in the faith, man. And we used to be on Facebook for hours just going back and forth with people, and it didn't amount to shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, we had threads of this curse. You know, you young, you just be like, you don't give a shit. We just going back and forth with the whole Israelite community. We cutting people, cursing people out, and we ain't got one goddamn fruit from that, man.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's no different than the debates, man. When you lead a debate, you're gonna still lead the debate believing in the Father you was in, and he's gonna leave the madness. Nobody is gonna repent from that, man, because that's not a real example.
Right.
As far as they know, you could be some damn bot behind the computer quoting scriptures. Nobody sees you, man. But when you go out here and you put your life on the line, then people see that. Like, we've got comments over the years. One Jake was like, man, y'all brothers are out there, man. I want to come out there and I want to get down. You see what I'm saying? Because they see that example, and we learn the example through the apostles on down, and they learn from their elders, and, you know, it goes that way.
God.
See?
Right.
I got another precept real quick, Baba Shah.
Yeah.
Revelation 14:13. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. So let's say if you do end up perishing from being put to death, you know, let's say that brother that got shot, if he did die, you know, out there at the highways and hedges trying to wake up Jake, bless, man. You know, you're not supposed to be looking down upon Jake, you know, if someone gets shot for standing for the Lord.
Well, I gotta put a little stipend on that, brother, because I mean, you know, they are out there teaching the word, but like I said, they hide behind Christ, man.
God.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what the apostle said earlier. He said, look, y'all teach yahudah, you have the advantage.
Right.
God.
They got no heads.
Yeah, they have no head, so you see what I'm saying? That's liable to happen.
Yeah.
Right? To groups like that, because they're hiding behind Christ.
Con.
God.
They don't have the protection of a Mashiach Yahushua.
Yes.
Versus we're teaching in the name of the Lord. We have less contention. Like when they jumped on the UPK camp, remember, we were supposed to go out that week, but the Spirit had us
Right.
go out early in the week.
Yeah,
We didn't go out that Saturday. That's the Spirit, because we went out Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But who's to say that them guys probably came to our camp looking for us, man?
Yeah.
Because that's how them
Right.
niggas get down. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? You see what they did to the brothers out there, what was it, Pittsburgh? You know what I'm saying? Trying to bully up the corner. They probably would have did the same thing to us.
Right.
God.
You know? In the name of General Yohana.
That's right.
So if the Lord judged them, it wouldn't have been because they're out on the street.
And why the fuck are y'all going down to Prospect anyway, man?
Shit
Ain't no
dead.
fucking fruit down there. That's
war
the
zone.
bro. Prospect is the dry land, bro. Yahushua
War
said it.
zone.
He said, "What good thing could come out of Nazareth, man?"
Yeah, that's one of the worst places in Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
From someone that's from there,
Yeah.
we know to not drive on Prospect for a goddamn thing, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but thieves and robbers and drug
Only thing
dealers
we
and
go to
crackheads.
Prospect for
Do
is
that.
Jay's chicken, bro. That's
That's
it.
what I told her. I don't even
Right.
do that. For chicken, I ain't there.
And we order that shit and keep it moving, man.
man.
Prospect is like that's
He
true.
risking it for that chicken.
When I first came out here, my first place, where the hell we was at, man? I prophesied out in Grandview. Then I was down on I went down like on 31st and Prospect like twice. There wasn't shit out there. Then when I was by myself, I was on 39th and Truth, bro. Truth by myself for like a couple of months. Wasn't no fruit out there. I was down on 39th and Main Street probably for like 2 or 3 years, and I got one brother from there. That's when I met One out there when he's with the Mother Boys, and the Spirit had me to come up. And ever since me and that brother linked up, I never went back on 39th and Main. The Spirit's like, that's all you need.
Yeah. Felt their life.
Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, this shit is dead.
Death over there.
Yeah, because 39th and Main, it's just like, man, it's just by land, man.
Yeah.
And then the Spirit moved us down to Westport. Then we went to the plaza, then to the park. Now we downtown, you know?
Yeah.
And the reason why we didn't really go downtown is much, I mean, we used to, but then they was tripping on it, like, y'all can't be down here. So we were like, all right, fuck it.
First couple times we tried to go down there, still trying to give us problems,
Yeah. But that was the main spot, downtown Kansas City, where we at now. So You know, and it's been doing justice. I mean, you know, the Spirit is gonna bring up who He needs to bring up. You know,
that's right, man. But ultimately, man, look, you can't be discouraged if somebody got shot, man. You know, because this dude is trying to run on the bandwagon that, hey, you guys got shot from out there teaching. You know, so bringing out that precept that came out, you know, that's the point, man. You can't fear death. If you do be made a faithful martyr for this thing, which the brothers will be made faithful martyrs. They got guillotines purchased, man. Some of us will die for this truth.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to, you know, count the cost and die for you. How about Shem Shai? And be cursing these damn devils and these 2/3 out all the way down, man. If they give you a sentence in court, man, the Lord said He's going to put in your words what you shall say, you shall do.
Yes.
So don't fear being persecuted. Don't fear none of that stuff, man.
Oh, what's the it goes in Revelation, goes to my faithful martyr, man. Basically, I believe he got the brazen bull. I'm gonna find that real quick, but if can bring that out,
Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executes judgment."
Now, what are the broad places here? What are the broad places?
Like the highways,
the highways.
main traffic stops, man. Like we're basically where we at, man. You look up where we prophesy at, man. If you look it up you can look up on the map. It's 30 to 40,000 cars per day that drive through that area, man. You know, and we see it all the time. People honking, shalom. That place of concourse that we're supposed to be at, man.
Yep.
You know. And so we're not, after that, we're not worried about how much fruit we get, man.
Nah.
We did what the scripture said we're going to do. If we get 10 brothers come out, great. If nobody shows up, all right.
It is
you
what
know?
it is. And you know what, honestly speaking, and this is just me, I speak as a man, but honestly, brother, I don't want no big ass camp. But I speak as a man. You know, the Lord may have different. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny that no brother that's in Kansas City is really from Kansas City.
Yeah.
So that's the difference of it all, too. We're not from here. Like, you're not from here, I'm not from here. That brother, this brother's from here, but he really wasn't raised here.
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
You know? So, bring that out.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 13. It says, "I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antiochus was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwelleth."
Now, when you look him up, they had what they call the brazen bull. It was a practice, I believe. Then the Greeks practiced that, or the Rome. I think it was the Greeks that practiced it. They practice it. Basically, what they'll do, man, they'll put like this horn on the bull. It's like the horns or whatever, and they'll heat up the chute. And I believe like the metals of the bull, it gets to like a certain degree, and then the screams of the person inside the bull will comes out as a tune through the smoke and through the like you tootling the flute, man.
Yeah.
It was a very rigorous torture method that they used on the prophets, man. But they call him a faithful martyr, man. So you brothers out there, man, you can't be afraid to go out there and put your life on the line, because like the Apostle Gabar said earlier, look, man, we dead any fucking way, man.
Yep.
And you die in His faith, then hey, you know, Lord's will, He have mercy, then you be one of the first fruits risen.
Yeah.
Can't fear it, man. You just gotta. This is just your lot. All right.
That's right. I got that precept you called for in Jeremiah as well. After
You got more on that?
You show verse 1.
Go start at 1 again.
This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 1. "Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and seek ye now, and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that execute judgment."
Right, a man that execute judgment, man. And who was that? The prophets, the men of the Lord. Find any man that's willing to go out there and do the work. That's why when you look at the particular numbers of us versus the Yah community and these Facebookalites, they outnumber us 10 to 1, because it's more people that's not doing it than there is.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we may appear to be a big group, but we're really very small in comparison to how many people know they're Israelites.
Yeah.
Like Vocab did the, I remember Apostle Tahar, he did the math on it, and Vocab did the math on it too. I believe it was like over 3 million people in America that identify themselves with Israelites.
Right.
But yet, you don't have nearly 3 million brothers on the highways and byways. So what that tells you.
Right. And not all of them is in the spirit of yahudah.
Yeah.
Because you can know you an Israelite, but that don't necessarily make you a prophet. Because the thing is, there's levels to this thing, man. GMS they gonna give you the 100% truth, but they also want to give you 100% intensity, man. We do this thing with our heart, mind, body, and soul.
Passion.
A lot of you dudes on these internet ministries, quote unquote, you treat it like it's a damn college math lesson, man. Because it's boring as all hell. You'll spirinate in it. You ain't bringing it out how you supposed to.
Right.
Because it's a fad. It's a fad. After a while, fads they die out, man.
Yeah.
It's just like in the '90s, you had the yo-yos, you had the old man, you had this,
Yeah.
you know, the skippers.
Fidget
Those are
spinners.
all, those are all fads. A fucking fidget spinner, bro. All the kids was on that shit in 2016. I'm like, what the hell is a fidget spinner, bro?
Right, yeah. I remember that Pokemon Go, man. That shit came out around the same year.
People
Niggas
been
doing
waiting,
that
bro.
shit
People was
everywhere.
literally fucking jumping off, like going into old people was
Motherfuckers
dying.
Doing dumb shit, but everybody was doing it. That's how the truth is for a lot of you, man.
Yeah.
Especially when YouTube came on. Yeah, a bunch of brothers came in doing it. Where they at now, man?
Yeah.
You still got brothers going, but a lot of y'all saw the excitement and it was just a fad to y'all, man.
Yeah.
You know? And some of y'all may have held on, but you still going through the motions.
Yeah.
You're still not really in it.
Yeah.
You know?
God.
We gonna bring out. I'm gonna bring out this one and bring out that Job and I think
Job 29.
Yeah, I think we'll be pretty good. We over an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, spirit.
Give me bring it up.
Oh,
you got some
yeah,
more?
you got that. Bring out. Yeah, bring out 18. Yeah, 19. That's good.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 18. Let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction.
Now, hey, you call that hard? You call what we saying hard? You know what? That's a curse, man.
Pray for that.
He prayed for double destruction for you, Jakes, man.
That's right.
Okay, is that too harsh? Oh, y'all talking to people like they crazy. Hey, what did they say? You always bring this precept out a lot when basically they say that Jeremiah upset at the hands of the people.
God, yeah.
Right. It's like a headshot right there, man.
Yeah, bro. Like it was to the point the Lord said, you got to stop crying for these people. They don't. You see what they doing, bro? They trying to kill you. What you gonna sit up there and cry for these niggas?
Yeah.
He said, I'm telling you to go curse them out.
Yeah.
The hell wrong with you, man?
Right.
So that's the spirit we come in.
Right. Because the Lord, it's a quote by this politician saying, "When they go low, we go lower." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When y'all try to make us hurt, hey man, we gonna make you feel it, man. Because Hebrews 4:12 say the word of the Most High is sharper than any two-edged sword, man, piercing between a sunder flesh and spirit, roughly paraphrasing, man.
Yep.
Join tomorrow.
So yeah, you can talk shit about us, but we'll pull a precept on your ass that'll make you want to do something, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the spirit of the Lord upon us doing that.
Yeah,
Right.
Precept will put your fucking check engine light on real quick, right?
And
Hey, precepts made Jake want to kill Yahushua.
Right. And it's not our tone or anything that gets us that mad. There's a war underneath, man.
Yeah.
There's some demons in
The
you
demon.
that rise up.
Yeah, it's the demon.
You know what I'm saying? That spirit hit that demon in you.
Yeah,
and
you're like,
you ready to
oh,
kill a
yeah,
nigga.
I
It
gotta
ain't like
kill
we didn't
these
use
niggas.
so many crazy words. We didn't say nothing outrageous, did we? But they still want to kill it because that demon in them. Man.
Because it's a spiritual war, and see, we're not saying anything that they haven't heard
Ain't
before.
nothing crazy, yeah.
Bro, the shit that they say to each other,
Yeah.
just like when you call a black woman a bitch,
Yeah.
Right.
when you go on our media, they call
She
each other
saying to
bitches all the
herself,
time.
right? It's just we say it.
But when you say,
by
yeah,
that,
oh, wait a minute, I'm what? It's like, damn.
Let nigga like Kevin Samuels tell them the same goddamn thing.
yeah,
Bro,
It's nothing.
it's been proven, bro. The apostles started the manosphere, man.
Yeah.
That's how, we learn.
yeah.
Kevin Samuels, they're Johnny come ladies, but they respected Kevin Samuels because he had that worldly pristine behind him.
Yeah.
Had that worldly image, man.
Yeah.
The smooth face, the tie. Women love that shit.
Yeah. And I'll give it to him. He's gifted with how he used his words. But it doesn't amount to nothing, man.
He changed his tone a lot though, because he was really, really radical when he was like, man, don't settle for one woman, have more than one woman.
Yeah.
The Bible, he was really going, you saw he had to tap him on the back like, bro,
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Right.
calm
Yeah.
down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You sounded too much like them Israelites, bro. Calm fuck. And he knew he was an Israelite.
Right.
He had to know.
Yeah, he knew. Some subscriber numbers weren't going up fast enough.
No.
Let me read these precepts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read some precepts Possible Bar had posted on the comment board. This first one is Malachi chapter 1 verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifices unto the Lord a corrupt thing.
A corrupt thing, man. And
Right.
that's what you're sacrificing unto the Lord. A corrupt thing. The Lord doesn't deal with your sacrifice, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're not coming in the right spirit.
Right.
You coming with the false doctrine. And you got those guys that follow you, they getting disenchanted because of what you're showing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to get brothers to not go out there and stand up the cause because you understand that going out there and speaking against the so-called white man brings an end, because we're speaking an end into existence.
Yeah.
See, you want to hold on to your life here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like the fucking hot crunchy curls in the hood. You like the hot pickles.
Yeah.
Okay, you like the fucking
Yeah.
Newports. You like
that
what's the blunts and shit? What is it
Keto.
called?
Backwoods.
You like that shit.
Right.
You like what's the name of that store of Paseo 56 Paul's, that liquor store and shit. You like that shit, man.
Yeah.
Jay's
Fuck
chicken.
niggas.
Yeah, nigga would throw out salvation just to keep the basis life in America, man.
Right.
Yeah. And it's
But really, that's that spirit of Cain.
Yeah,
When it was
yeah.
back in Genesis, because it says you got the right sacrifice to offer, but you offered up some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
How you gonna have the thing you're supposed to offer and you come up with something else, man? Cain knew what the offer he's supposed to make, but he brought up some fucking vegetables, man.
yeah. What the thing
And then he
is-
got mad at the Lord, man.
Thing is,
You know?
we using this Jeremiah ben Yahudah dude as an example, but we really rebuking that fearful spirit in Israel in general, man. It's bigger than just this dude. Any dude that's telling you it's off to go out on the highways and byways need to be taken out, man.
And he
This
will
is
get
what the
taken.
Lord command.
He will get taken out. There's no, he will be the most. Yahweh Shai has his ticket. Okay, I mean, enough videos that came out. The warning has come out. So it's just a matter of time for the Lord punch his ticket, because he's not gonna repent. I can put the $100. He's not gonna repent, unless something real bad had to happen to him. But he's not gonna repent, man.
Yeah, because it's already gone past that. The dude that he was out there laboring with got shot in the face by an Edomite bitch. That should have been enough to shake you up right then and there, man.
Yeah.
And that shit happened 4 months after coming out against, the men that's out there laboring, man, the right way.
The Lord don't want you, like they say on YouTube or the internet. He don't like you like that.
A few more precepts.
You know, see you in the kingdom, nigga.
A few more. This is Luke chapter 9, verse 26. For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and of the holy
It
angels.
said in his own glory and the Father's, man. That's double the glory, bro.
And he added a comment that old dude is ashamed to suffer for Yahushua.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it all boils down. Yahushua suffered a very humiliating thing, man, and he's over everybody, and he suffered it, man. That's why it's so. It's infuriating to watch you niggas do this shit, man.
God.
You weak ass niggas, man, and you're up in age too. You know enough scriptures to see what's coming. You're just rebellious and weak, man.
Hey, Satan knew scriptures too.
That's right, man. That's a good point you brought out, because here he is. He got tortured to death, and what does he want us to do at the end of that is to go out and teach at the highways and hedges. So for you to come against that and try to convince all the nation of Israel that that's something that we're doing that's that guy got shot, the Lord really got it out for you, man. You're going to be put out of there real quick.
Right.
Well, can I preset real quick? This is Sirach 42, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 8. It says, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish." Okay, and we're informing you by telling you, according to the scriptures, what the Lord's protocol is. See, he look at it like, "Oh, y'all just doing it. That's y'all One West. Y'all come over." No, this ain't got nothing to do with One West, man. We're following the scriptures that the Lord laid out, man, through the examples that was given through the elders and the apostles, man. This ain't just okay. And Yahweh said that in the spiritual battle that we're fighting. So it's all spiritual, man. It's nothing. These guys are trying to fight the battle with the flesh. This is a spiritual thing, man.
That's right.
Okay? And it says here, "Be not ashamed to inform the unwise and foolish and the extreme aged that contend with those that are young," man. And a lot of things, these older guys, they can't stand the fact that young men are out there speaking up for the Lord, because they feel like, "Oh, well, man, how these young niggas know? You young niggas don't know nothing."
Yeah.
Well, the scriptures just say here, "Don't be ashamed to inform the unwise and the foolish in the extreme age that contend with those that are young. Thus shalt thou be truly learned and approved of all men living." And that's why Yahweh Shai got so much respect when he was debating in the synagogues with the doctors and the scribes and the lawyers. Hey, they was amazed at his understanding. Like, damn, this little guy is on the level.
You know, it say be not ashamed though.
Yeah.
Because as you said, this is a war. Was King David hiding in the crib while his men was fighting?
No.
King David was out there with his men catching bodies, man.
Yeah. And they looked at King David like he was totally incapable. When they had to choose the son, Jesse's sons, I believe it was like 7 that they chose, and then they was like, wait a minute, what about you got another one? He didn't even consider David.
Yeah.
Right.
He was like, oh, what about this young lad?
Yeah. Somebody had to tell him, no, you got another son.
Yeah. He told him, what about
He
him?
didn't even bring him out there.
Yeah, he was like, like David, like him. You know, so.
Yeah, God. You know, that's the spirit we got to be.
The Lord always deals with the underdog, man.
God.
I got one more before we wrap it up.
God. But please bring out that Job. Please bring it out.
Kind of. This is Job chapter 29. We start at verse 7.
God.
This is Job 29 verse 7. When I went out to the gate through the city, when I prepared my seat in the street, the young men saw me.
The young man saw us. Go ahead.
It said the young men saw me and hid themselves, and the aged arose and stood up. The princes refrained talking and laid their hand on their mouth. The nobles held their peace, and their tongue cleaved to the root of their mouth.
Right, now you understand that Job was catching hell at that time, and people was like, God damn, like Job, like shit, you was a man well off. But the fact about it is, he made an example when he went out to the streets, man. Even if he wasn't out there giving a particular sermon, as you would like to say, the fact that his affliction was able to teach the people what the Lord was doing through him, that's an example right there, man. You see? But the point about it is, he said he made his seat in the streets. Why did the Bible put emphasis in going into the streets and speaking? Proverbs 1:20. Hey, wisdom cried aloud. She uttered her voice in the street, man. In the chief place of concourse.
Right. Scriptures say we are made a spectacle to angels and men.
God.
A spectacle is like a show to be seen. Like, how can they see you if you on Facebook? Everybody can't see you there.
Yeah. And I always use that example of the alarm, man. You don't make an alarm and then set the volume to 2, man.
Right.
Everybody, it's supposed to be disruptive. You know, it's meant to communicate danger. You know.
Well, we're gonna end it on Isaiah 58.
58 and 1.
58 and 1, bro. That's the tone. That one scripture.
This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Read again.
This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Cry aloud and spare not, and lift up thy voice as a trumpet, man, and show the people in the house of Israel their sins. Case closed, bro. If you're not coming in that spirit, then you're not in the spirit of the Lord. All right? Yeah. And with that, we're going to close out and give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahudah, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. We're going to give double honors to the elders, the apostles of the great millstone that rule and teach well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. And with that, Shalom and a bomb of all.
Ball.
Play that.
Brothers and sisters out there on social media, man, especially my Hebrew Israelite brothers, I keep telling y'all over and over again, we're down on Prospect, okay? IUIC, they down here on Prospect. I hollering and screaming at somebody, and pissed somebody off. Somebody came back and shot one of them. Somebody came back and popped one of them. I've been telling y'all this for years, man. You do on these corners, man, they're going about it the wrong way. Most I ain't gonna be pleased with that. Yeah. Yeah, what they supposed to be doing, they supposed to be incorporating what they learned into their own lifestyle. Well, I done told them. All right, Abraham, Israel, and to all the rest, To all the rest of you Israelite brothers, Yahudah to all you Israelite brothers, I've been telling y'all for years. Y'all know I've been at war with these camp brothers on these street corners for all these years, trying to justify all this nonsense. Now right here in my hometown, it's one of them over there laid down leaking because they didn't come in the neighborhood with that hollering and screaming and bothering people that's going on about their way. They're not doing God's work.